Dr. Luke the Duke here, and I just wanted to kind of show you one of a classic Division 1 DZ experience that I totally miss and got to experience here the other day. So I hope you enjoy, and we'll get right into it. Okay, so I recently have been leveling up on PlayStation on Division 1 and reached level 30 and started grinding for gear. So I was farming world bosses and then decided to hop into the DZ and see if I can clear some landmarks and possibly get the house with a ninja bag. Okay, so here is the build that I was running. And again, this is just pieces that I got first, and I just assembled what I had. And I was able to get 4 pieces of Nomad, short bows, and the Vigorous chest piece. And also, if you look, I still had to unlock some of this stuff. So I was using just a basic pulse and the basic healing self-heal. So you see that right here. And I actually was using the PP19 with competent and responsive and hurried. That's pretty much my primary. The SMG9, I really wasn't using that too much. So here I am, just clearing the old landmark in DZ1 and just kind of farming by myself, solo, and realized when I turned around, there's a couple agents coming at me, and boom, I get an exotic. I'm like, alright, I hope it's the house. I hope it's the ninja bag, one of those two. But I was like, okay, I got 2 agents here. What am I going to do? And boom, it was the house. And look, it's got deadly on it. So I stayed there for a second, like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I pick it up right now? Do I wait for them to leave? I got to get this out because I need it. So I grabbed it. And then I was thinking, let's head to the checkpoint and get some friends to help me. I grabbed more meds, still debating on what to do, and I said, screw it, let's go. Let's get this thing out. Right? See, I kind of was doubting myself. Went back to the stash. I was like, all right, do I have space? I got 26 out of 30. Let's make sure I have some space to make sure I get this out. So I cleared some of the stash, and I was still debating on what to do because I'm like, I got to get this out. I need this for my PlayStation character. So I cleared some of the stash and was like, let's do it. Let's go. Let's get this thing out. Because really, I've been farming the DZ for the last 2-3 days, and I haven't hardly seen anybody. This is like, I was like, okay, the chances of something happening are slim. Yeah, just wait. You'll see what happens. But the feeling of having something in your stash or in your bag to extract that you really want is something that I really missed from playing Division 1 a long time ago. And so this was like a great feeling to have, to make sure I can get this thing out. So here I am, DZ1, pops the extraction, and I'm just waiting.
Item extraction is go.
The helicopter's arriving. Put my bag on the extraction loop, and now I wait. Alright.
Cargo secured.
And again, I'm using pulse just to make sure I don't see anybody coming. I gotta get this thing out. Man, heart's pumping. And again, oh, and then I'm like, oh crap, there's an agent there. What is he doing? He's probably, you know, I was thinking to myself, he's probably switching to Nomad because he's going to cut the rope. Alright, but unless he's switching his super, I don't see it being Nomad. But I'm like, oh crap. He's got Nomad and he's got a shock turret. So I threw a grenade, hit my med kit, popped it, and I'm like, oh no, they cut the rope. So I went and grabbed it as soon as I could, and if you noticed, it was right there with me. And I'm running for my life. I barely make it out of there. A sliver of a health. Pop my med kit. So I get a little bit more kit, and I'm going to head right towards DZ2. Right to the checkpoint. And I'm like, I'm going to get in there and just wait. And get this thing out. I'm like, I cannot believe they just cut the rope.
Hostiles detected below street.
I'm like, come on, no way. Now I got 2 people. I know I have Nomad, but I know one of those guys has Nomad, and they're using a shock turret. I'm like, come on. So I'm like, okay, I can't go in. They're both right there. I got my super still, and I got 1 Nomad crack, so I'm gonna have to fight this out. All right, so I start shooting this guy, and boom, I killed him. I'm like, great. Now this is the guy coming up. It's got Nomad, and I'm like, I get ready to throw a grenade. I'm like, where's the shock turret? Like, I didn't even see it. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna kill me. So I'm shooting, and then boom, my Nomad procs. But the cool thing is, the crazy thing is, these NPCs are going after him. I'm like, all right, let me try to get him. And he's running, and the NPCs are going after him. I just decided, okay, can I go back into the checkpoint? Can I make it in there? Nope. I wasn't thinking, because I'm still in combat. So he goes and kills those NPCs, and now he's coming back for me. So I basically shoot him. Keep shooting him. And boom, proc his Nomad. I'm like, oh my god, and then he procs my super. And I turn around and look, there's an exotic. I didn't even know that it was on the floor, so I grabbed that one. I'm like, I'm gonna die. Got this sticky bomb that hit me, and I just start shooting. I'm like, oh crap, the other guy just came out. I didn't kill him fast enough. What is going on? I'm like, no, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose my house and the other exotic. Oh. And then I realize I forgot about Division 1 and how items become public and private if you die. And if you realize the item stolen, I'm like, wait a minute. He didn't steal the house? I was confused at first. And then I realized that both exotics dropped private. I'm like, thank God. And I'm like, they're right here. Sweet. So I pick them up, and I'm just kind of waiting. I'm like, okay, are they going to come back? Am I going to be able to beat them up? I'm like, okay, they just stopped right there. So I decided I'm running for it. I'm going to go up to a different extraction and get this thing out. And they didn't end up chasing me. And I went up to, I think DZ4 checkpoint. And you'll see that I was able to get this thing off. So I went into the checkpoint, got more medkits, recharged, got my Nomad proc back because I wanted to get this thing off. And 7 seconds left. Come on, let's go. I knew no one was coming, and boom, I finally got it out. So this experience was just something that I completely missed when we used to play Division 1. You had this piece that you really wanted to get out, and you had to fight for it. And I love that. I miss that. And again, I just wanted to kind of share this with you, and kind of hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.